What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Dude Ranch DIY. My name is Jake. Today we are out on a tree job and it is already shaping up to be a cheesecake special. Let's talk to the man himself.
Yeah, so we're doing this job for a buddy of mine. He's the local septic guy. He's helped us out at Jake's house. He's helped us out at my house, helped us out at my neighbor's house. So I'm kind of doing this as a favor, bare bones price. He was supposed to have a machine here with a thumb. We don't have that.
Well, he has a machine here. It just doesn't have a thumb.
Just no thumb. And we were supposed to have the spider, but the guy who owns the spider wound up going over on a job, so we don't have the spider. Now I have to climb it, and we have to get a little fancy with things. So today we have this little scrub maple in the front that's coming down. This big twin stem oak is coming down. And these three little birches next to the large boulder wall are all coming down. I have a couple lines set in the two smaller birches. We're gonna drop this maple real quick, and hopefully the equipment that Jake was able to scrounge up for today is gonna be, beneficial.
This isn't that bad. These little trees are no problem at all, and the big oak is pretty straight, nice, straight, big pieces. He said that all this stuff is coming out, so whatever gets damaged, and we'll, clean it up. We got the Baumalight mini skid with the Ryan's rotating log grapple. We got the Först XR8D mini track chipper. We got our brush dragger, Steve, and we got Chris's truck over here. The International hook lift truck is out there with the dumpster for the wood, and we're gonna get to work. Bada boom. Our buddy Bill just put in this really nice pool, little cabana, bar area. This is all gonna be really nice. Big boulder retaining wall. So we're gonna drop these next couple this way and get these out of here. Oh, look at that. You even left me a path for the machine. All right, guys, Chris just hopped up in the oak. He took out that one little co-dominant branch that was blocking us from dropping this black birch here. We got a rope up in it. We got Steve on the machine. He's gonna be pulling. Here we go. right, go ahead. Watch the face. Nice. Beautiful. And then the tips will hit and the butt comes down. Bring it around town.
Bring it around town. Bring it around town.
Beautiful. Look at that. Didn't even hit the patio. Wow. It's almost like we know what we're doing. Sorry you guys can't hear Chris, but we don't have mics on today, so. Is all tied off up there. All right, rope's set. Works well for lowering. Wow, the fucking yellow jackets love this birch sap. Going crazy over here. Yeah, no. That's... Well, I told you to take it off. Because we got a professional on the ropes. All right, well, we got them down.
Yeah, we did.
That was pretty good.
I'm pretty happy with how long that took.
Yeah.
We got here, probably started up at 8:30. It's now 12:20.
That's not bad at all.
No, we got everything chipped up. We got all the wood on the ground, and now we just got to move it.
Yeah, so we got to shuttle some stuff around. Gonna bring in the mini excavator with the thumb and back the dumpster truck in here with the dumpster, load up the wood, and then we gotta do that one. Do a little pruning, some dead wood. So everything worked really well though. We were super impressed with the force. Just again, I know we always say it, but it's true, guys. This thing is like the little chipper that could. Steve said that. Compliment Steve. It really just works well, and in conjunction with this machine and grapple, you saw, I mean, you could just feed whole tops into there with very little effort whatsoever. So awesome. Big shout out to Force, big shout out to Ryan's Equipment, Baumalight, for making this job go so smooth. We got the little Taka Hooch. You guys are in the Fairfield County, Connecticut area. Give Bill Jr. and Son a call for all your septic needs. All right, nice full can of red oak loaded up 1, 2, 3. This is going over to Chris's neighbor's house for him to, I guess, heat with next year, although I'll probably try to burn it this year. Chris is up in the other oak tree pruning off the last couple pieces, and that's gonna be a wrap. So go dump this puppy. We've been bamboozled, boys. All right, we lifted it up. Old Clifford was never gonna do that with a full can of green red oak, so awesome, very happy. What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? What's up? Hello, 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 hello. All right, okay, hello. All right, nice load of red oak. I would have taken this load, but I got plenty of wood that we got to get through, so spread the love. All right, so I was just driving by, and the neighbor to the house we're working at has these 8 faux beams. I think I'm gonna be taking those. I got a project coming up I can use those for.
So I just wanted to explain my thought process on how I was feeding this forced chipper all day. We were feeding it pretty big branches and tops and stuff, and it really worked well. and I think that's in part due to the crunching that you just saw me do right there. As I would feed the branch in, I would let the chipper grab the branch, and then I would go about, and as it gets sucked in, kind of crunch down all those lateral branches to make it easier for them to fit through the rather small 8x8 inch opening that the throat of the chipper has. So by just feeding in the butt end and then kind of hovering the grapple over the piece there, if it did get hung up, I was already basically in position to kind of crunch it up again, break those crotches, and make it easier for the piece to get fed through, which ultimately means that we had to cut pieces a lot less by hand.
Well, all right, guys, we got all the wood loaded up there. Excavator made quick work of that. This is going to a different neighbor of Chris's, so let's go get her done.
Made it to my buddy's house. I'm gonna dump this nice load of small diameter wood. Beautiful.
All right, guys, that's going to wrap this one up. What could have been a massive cheesecake special didn't turn out to be a cheesecake special at all. That job...
It actually went a lot smoother than I had thought it was going to be. I was so miserable last night when I heard all of these issues starting to pop up. I was like, all right, well, I told these guys it was going to be a half day with all the equipment, and now I'm telling them it's going to be a 3-day job. Here we go. But no, it worked out really well. We were able to bomb out a lot of big pieces. I think Jake and I were talking about it, and we think if we actually had the spider lift, it might have been a hindrance to the production. We were able to take such big pieces because there was nothing underneath me and nothing that I had to worry about besides the pool.
Right. Yeah, that spider lift, when you drop those legs down, you got a big, it's probably like a 20 by 20 footprint that you can't get anywhere near. So with him just being up in the tree, it allowed me to go in and out with the mini skid steer, him to take big pieces, and it went really well. Were you going to say something?
I think that was all I had to say. I don't have much to say when it comes to this stuff.
All right, guys. So yeah, the last thing to touch on, obviously the Forst with the Baumalight and the Ryan's rotating log grapple, just those three things working in conjunction together. Now that we've done it a couple times, I'm starting to get the hang of running that grapple, and it works really well, as you guys saw.
I know you used it at your place the other weekend, but this is the first time out on a job that I've seen that whole group together.
Right.
And it is impressive. I
think
that is the perfect medley of equipment for this setup.
I think so. As long as you're able to destroy the area in which you're working, because that, you know, the tracks on that thing, it's not like an Avant or one of those little mini articulating loaders. Those tracks are going to tear up the grass. But if you're on asphalt or dirt or wood chips or gravel or whatever, it's no problem whatsoever. And it worked really well. So as always, guys, if you like the video, give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, click that subscribe button down below. Questions, comments, feedback, throw it in the comments section. But for now, I'm Jake.
I'm Chris.
This is Dude Ranch DIY. Thanks so much for watching. See you here next time.
Ha 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 ha.